And on the 5th day of October 2025, once again, this is News Tonight, and I'm Patricia Lukoma. Mpangom Galu Mohammed is already there with us on that sign language. As we delve straight away into the bulletin, the groundbreaking ceremony took place on January 29, 2025, led by President Museveni, and the construction of the Akibwa Olympic Stadium is progressing as planned. After just 8 months of construction, the pillars have been raised, the pavilion is becoming visible, and the stadium is beginning to take form.
2 years down the road, one could get lost from this place because it was a bush by then. But after the commissioning of the construction works by the President of the Republic of Uganda on 29th January 2025, coming back to this place, the story is different. The construction of John Akiba Memorial Stadium is taking shape. And of course, it is exciting to see. It is 5 p.m. of Sunday, 4th October 2025, and on site, left and right, it is construction happening.
I have been to Akibwa even this morning. I was in Akibwa yesterday and the day before when I arrived here. In as far as the actual works are concerned, I want to confirm the stadium progress is at 25%.
All working to beat the deadline.
We are here, this is the main stadium. This project divided 2 zones. The first zone about the mini stadium and the parking and the entrance for VIP and VVIP and the media and the ambulance.
You can see, like I said, within less than a year we are able to come to this level. It has not been easy because you can see the level excavating this field, taking it to where it is and then bringing it out. This is one area that consumed a lot of time.
An Egyptian construction company, Samoko, is in charge of John Akibwa Olympic Stadium development, a task which has been said deserves all energies.
Enough manpower, and I have already enough subcontractor, and every week and every month will increase according to the activities.
The project, which is fully funded and supervised by the government of Uganda, sits northeast of Lango's capital city of Lira.
The government of Uganda has already paid Suma $40.2 million US, and we are here to pay additional 20 by this month, and that ends the government obligation. We will again pay the balance of the money once the stadium is fully handed over to government.
The 20,000-seater stadium was named after the son of the soil, the late Olympic gold medalist, John Akibwa.
He comes from this region, and this stadium is being built in honor of his achievement on behalf of the people of Lango. And we are proud to host this as Lira City.
With its completion vetted for 2027, for now the construction works have attracted hundreds of local boys and girls working as laborers and material suppliers.
Sand, bring it from here, all local from Uganda. Cement from here for Huima, and steel from steel roofing.
The people who are working here directly are being employed from within this community. The people who are supplying materials are also being picked, some of them from this community. So that leaves the money also in this community.
908 youths employed and working here, and that is already one of the visions of the president, to have some people who are jobless also absorbed and find something to do.
The team on ground is working day and night to hand over the project to the government of Uganda, even before its construction schedule.
The contract is finished January 2027. But we will finish this one in October 2026.
As the president comes for support within Lango sub-region, the implementation of our John Akiba Stadium is among the key projects to pride in.
Something squatting over there is a so-called stadium we had before. You will see it, and that one, I don't think even the youths of this place would want to protect, but this is a vision that everyone wants to protect, and it is a talk of this region.
These are all one-stop center for purposes of our plan to continue constructing sports infrastructure across the country.
If completed, connectivity to the venue will be crucial, and therefore construction and upgrade of nearby roads have been considered.
Since we are having an airport in Gulu, for those who will be flying into the country to participate in the tournament, they will land in Gulu. And as a bonus, we are also having a road still done by the same company, Samco. We'll do a road connecting Lira to Gulu via Aboke, via Bobi, and then we're already having road. And we're also going to have roads around this facility connecting us to different directions in town.
Sports is one of Uganda's exports, and therefore any investment in it is equally close to a deposit in the bank. Robert Nyango, UBC News.
Well, thank you, Robert. Now, the Alliance for National Transformation presidential candidate, General Mugisha Muntu, has promised to support tea and coffee farmers through cooperatives. Muntu was campaigning in Shema district, where he told the gathering that in advocating for cooperatives, Muntu aims to improve the livelihoods of farmers in the region.
Kandi ndebe byo misho abinje birukusha emutakureba irakangira imbabazi nitera tocho mu kintu nkireba nkimanye mwagenda seri. A lot of problems. They are under a lot of pressure. They cry of poverty. Literally, when I ask them that those who are under pressure in terms of incomes, those who are at the levels of deep levels of poverty, out of about 100 people, you find about 70, 80 upward raising their hand. Our movement, amar kugira ngo opposition atakijampa nebishuba. Tino kuma kutuzibera kwijaha itwa bamwe abagire kurwanira emuryo numushekera konka. You work on road, you work on water, you work on energy infrastructure, and the country will prosper, and everybody will prosper with it. And more so if we have also taken care of the issues of justice, to ensure that there is discipline in the army, discipline in the police, discipline in intelligence services. They are professional and they are not given wrong orders.
Now, still with opposition, the Forum for Democratic Change, FDC presidential candidate Nathan Nandala Mafabi has conducted rallies in Bunyangabo and Kasese districts amid tight security that drew large crowds. Addressing supporters at the Rugendabara town council in Busongora North Kasese district, Mafabi pledged to fight corruption and channel recovered funds into boosting the agriculture sector.
The FDC flag bearer kicked off his campaign trail on Sunday afternoon with a rally in Bonyangabu, where security personnel guided his team on how to conduct their activities within the law.
Otherwise, it is very bad. People on the road. Yes. There is a playground. Let me clear. Let them clear the road, then we go here. Otherwise, we are going to crash. I'm telling you.
Mafabi's convoy, escorted by police patrols and drones, moved smoothly along the Fort Potom Pondwe Road as supporters joined in a spirited procession. Gendabara Town Council, Mafabi was joined by FDC flag bearers from Kasese and was symbolically handed a shield and spear as a sign of trust and unity.
Noningabu eikakangana yaga and ebyosi ebisibu bya Uganda ulebe yengo kwa ukebe kola eritukangu mibiri abana mukaga bamatasha kuambia eritumu erekakangana yaga and ebirwanisho ebeshanzushe Uganda ni watu amabiwatia and ni wabuketa shatulwira. One Uganda, one people. Nathan Nandala
engabo ngende ekole milimo jammwe ja Uganda nkole tebanga lya fuliba bulungi to work for your country Uganda.
He reaffirmed his commitment to tackling corruption and investing in agriculture to uplift rural livelihoods.
It coffers, but the misuse is the biggest problem.
Atina lwakanza elibakanga nindi government ya Uganda inaute sente aliwe chitsibu chirindi abantu bali mu government sente bakasikolesa yafa.
All those have gone up because we have invested 10% in agriculture. We shall have enough tax base. So instead of charging you 30% as tax, the tax will come down between 5 to 10%.
Atikundi
Mafabi is expected to continue his campaign on Monday in Fort Portal City.
Now, security operatives in Mityana district have met and briefed National Unity Platform NUP leaders on the guidelines for holding their rallies ahead of the party's presidential candidates' visit to the area. This evening, the venue for the main rally had been shifted from Mityana Saza ground in town center to Busuwizi playground in Tamu division.
According to Mityana Deputy RDC Prosimo Anjuzi, the district security team resolved to change the venue to avoid disrupting business activities in the busy town.
Whereby the venue that suggested Saza ground, which is in the middle of that town, and the Musaja Talema venue, whereby we have written back to them when we are informing them that venue we had decided as security, which is the playground. In Saza ground, it is in the middle of the town. It is near many installation places like prisons, hospital, schools. If we allow them to access that place, so if we allow them to go on with their activity, which means that everyone will not work. The schools will not work. It will inconvenience the hospitals. So as security, we have guided them on the venue or where they are going to host their candidate.
Mwanjuzi explained that Mityana is a commercial hub and not everyone is expected to attend the rally, hence the need to allow other residents to continue with their work safely.
So we request the organizers to cooperate with us. We don't want chaos in town. We don't want disorganization in town. So let's work together with security and we host our candidate successfully and he goes back successfully. For us, we are ready as security and we are ready to host Bobby Wine and other candidates in Mityana. So what we don't want these guys of motorcycles to come in large number to enter in the district.
She also cautioned NUP members from other districts against escorting Robert Kyagulanyi to Mityana, saying the district already has enough supporters to receive him. Security has further designated specific routes that Kyagulanyi must use during his campaign trail through Mityana.
Already we have our people around. Let them welcome their president, let them welcome their candidate. But those ones who are coming from outside Mityana, we are not going to tolerate them.
Meanwhile, several NUP supporters in the area have expressed excitement and readiness to welcome their candidate.
Now, the Member of Parliament for Rampara County, Honorable Amos Kankunda, together with other NRM legislators, have vowed to rally support for President Museveni ahead of the 2026 general elections to safeguard the achievements of the NRM government.
They made the pledge at Chinoni Playground in Rampara district during a football match between members of Parliament and team.
So as a Member of Parliament for Rampara, I'm so excited to see that my colleagues and my Parliament and the leadership of Parliament has deemed it fit that they should come and promote the game of sports, netball, volleyball and football.
The truth is, games bring us together. Where you're talking about games, it tickles everyone. So we are here to play for our health, to play for the community and to represent Parliament of Uganda.
We came to show solidarity and also to speak to the people of Rampara that they have a good representative. The man who loves his people, he loves games, and that's why the whole sports fraternity of Parliament is here.
Kankunda said Rampara district remains firmly behind President Museveni with an estimated 98% support for his continued leadership.
We are determined to look for support for NRM. And Rampara, I can assure you, His Excellency the President, our target is 95% and above. You know, and that even 5 would want to get it. 99 is also possible. We are determined why. We know where the President has brought us from. We are now saying we must protect our gains. We are now saying if we support him, all these areas that have been reflected in the manifesto will be fulfilled. We must be able to conclude. His Excellency has done very many things. The areas that are lacking are going to be concluded in the manifesto.
I get disappointed when I see people trying to divide our party. Like you had already asked me about the other small organizations, call upon the people of NRM to unite, because when we unite, that's when we will fight the enemy.
So we commend the President for the great work that he has done in northern Uganda. Peace has come, and now we are looking towards socio-economic empowerment, which the PDM is also there supporting the people, and many various program that the government invested money in to support the people.
And I want to welcome members of the Parliament to come and be part of us and enjoy the environment of Rampala. You are most welcome.
I have come to campaign for Amos. I am Member of Parliament from Bugiris in Busoga.
Now, telling the story of climate change without addressing the gender and sexual rights and health-related issues involved is half a story. Now, still, climate adaptation strategies that do not address gender-responsive approaches may miss the target. Kasese District, working with partners, has created a climate change adaptation plan.
When climate disruptions turn rivers into raging torrents, the danger is evident. Disruptions on livelihoods. Yet beneath these disruptions lies a quieter, equally deadly crisis, one that steals the health, safety and futures of women and girls. Kasese District, located in southwestern Uganda along the mountain ranges of the Rwenzori, one of the most climate change-affected areas of Uganda, unpredictable rain now brings heavy flooding, flash floods, but sometimes it is droughts, landslides and heat waves. And yes, there's a hidden devastation that falls hardest on women and girls.
And this is because they cut off access to health facilities, they cut off the medical supply chains, they also interfere with the sources of livelihoods And in that case, you find households are less prioritizing sexual and reproductive health issues. So in that event, you find that they are constrained and they cannot address the sexual and reproductive health needs of women and girls.
So that affects the most vulnerable people. And you know the most vulnerable people are mostly children, they are mostly adolescents, young people, they are mostly women, they are mostly persons with disability. So that is how gender comes into the equation.
We had a mother who was being operated on in theater, and when the floods came, they had to just move the mother from the table when they are open, and they had to carry them to another facility when they are what? When they are still what? Open, which was a vivid example of what? Of the effects of what? Of these extreme weather events which are coming about due to climate change.
But Kasese district local authorities, together with partners, drafted and adopted a climate change adaptation plan, and unlike the typical climate-only strategies, the plan explicitly embeds gender-responsive pillars. The plan recognizes that climate resilience cannot be achieved unless women's sexual and reproductive health rights are protected.
Our focus is better. We have identified the subgroups that are vulnerable. Of course, we have also known that our people are generally resilient because they were able to identify activities that they think if they supported them, then they would become more resilient in the face of climate change. Yeah, so the district is now coordinating better. We are implementing better because we've known what to do.
The in-charge Chilembe Mines Hospital explains how women are more affected when a river Nyamwamba and other rivers around the mountains burst their banks.
So our maternity was destroyed by the floods that have some silting in the maternity, which affected us negatively in terms of offering productive health services. So the mothers who were able to access services easily from Chilembe Mines Hospital had to now move to some distance for the time being before the shifting to the nearby place, had moved a little bit further. And even during the time of the floods, they had to move to Kasese for the same health services, to receive antenatal services, delivery, and even family planning services. They had to go to a further place.
So they would travel to downtown, for a transport of at least 4,000 to reach those facilities. They wouldn't get transport facilities, they would foot. So that thing would affect them very much. So when these people came, they even reached up the mountains to bring these health facilities there. People have been screened for cancer. People have been given many reproductive health supplements.
The change agents and especially women that have been established at different platforms of work are evidence of how adaptation plan is working for them.
Babirutusomesha kupanga rubutu amundu kwanga spacing avana kusangwa ukarangiraho orusirwa mabiri osuri unautwa bwana bulere.
They teach us many things. They have even taught us child spacing. When the families are big, sometimes the women fail on what or whom to prioritize, including males and husbands.
When the river floods,
they have put in place early warning systems, counseling and mobile clinics. The community leaders announce on radio when there is a crisis, then we are alert. We plan adequately.
That after getting the awareness of how to mitigate climate, we were able to plant fast-growing trees, for example. And this has helped our women not to go far to collect firewood. Sometimes they prune these trees. Like now we have the 1 year growing trees, 2 years, 3 years growing trees. And these trees are growing very fast, like Musizi. You just get the branches, and these women are now able to get some firewood from nearby.
Dr. Tumuhere emphasizes that the number of women accessing medical facilities had greatly reduced due to disruptions in enabling infrastructure, but are now slowly picking up, even when there are gaps that need to be managed.
Because people still feared coming near the river, and maybe they thought the services actually were halted. But by now we are operating and people are increasing and the numbers are coming.
When it is a government program, like the WEP funding, we look at these women who are already engaged in activities that are mitigating the weather situation, the climate change effects. We support them because they are in the business of making sure they improve the situation, making it better than it was before.
The 10-year climate adaptation plan, valued at 500 billion Ugandan shillings, earmarks a substantial budget for gender-responsive health, infrastructure and GBV response teams, but more needs to be done.
Specific activities which are focused on their empowerment, which are focused on building their capacity, but also supporting them to especially enhance their income. Because we have also realized that the most vulnerable are poor, so the issue of household income also needs to be addressed. So the plan is also focusing on that area.
The people who are affected by the floods, who are like living in the flood plains, this part now move to camps, which are now actually like a health hazard. That's why you have a lot of HIV in those camps, you have a lot of teenage pregnancies, a lot of health, actually a lot of issues to do with diseases due to hygiene, a lot of maybe cholera coming in, a lot of diarrhea coming in, because there are now people now in one area, hygiene is poor, and also have a sort of malnutrition coming in due to what? To those effects. People are no longer having time to cultivate, and now depending on support from the partner, that is government and maybe UN, to supply them with food. So we have all that.
Policymakers, donors and community leaders must scale such models into every disaster risk plan, but especially climate change across the country.
The Kasese Climate Change Adaptation Plan proves that climate resilience is incomplete without integrating gender transformative approaches. When women are protected, families thrive.
From the rumbling waters of River Nyamwamba to soft, hopeful steps of women attending Kirembe Mines Hospital, Kasese teaches us that climate adaptation is not just about the environment, it's also about the people that live within the community. Climate adaptation is not just environment, it's about the safety, the well-being, the continuity of the community. For UBC News, I am Rose Buchirwa.
Well done, Rose Bukirwa. Right now we're going to take a short break, but we will return with more news. Stay with us.
Big thing about the MTN Super. Wali yakapia musite wali yakapia. MTN kabo de super mustairo mpia. Then you kabo de smartphone nebi yakabiryona. MTN kabo de super mustairo mpia. Then you kabo de smartphone nebi yakabiryona.
Get the new Kabode Super smartphone and enjoy 16 GB free. Start with a deposit of only 45,000 Uganda shillings and pay the rest in daily installments of less than 1K. You can also make weekly and monthly installments. Together, our vibes are unstoppable. Terms and conditions apply.
MTN.
MTN is regulated by Uganda Communications Commission.
You see, I've been a painter for almost 4 decades, and I have found Global Paints to be very reliable. First, everyone knows we use Global Paint undercoat. Now, for the best results, I continue with Global Paints products. I go for silk vinyl when it comes to the interior. Then Global Matte for the ceiling, and when it comes to weatherproof, I go for Global Weather Coat Emulsion. With that one, the house will never peel. Now, there you have a sparkling, magical looking house. And then the client is very happy. He recommends me to another person who recommends me to another person who recommended me to come and do the advert.
Global Paint, a reliable product.
Two nations, one destination. The Consulate General of Uganda in Mombasa presents the 4th Uganda-Kenya Coast Tourism Conference and Exhibition, a celebration of the intermarriage of tourism between Uganda, the Pearl of Africa, and Kenya, the Pride of Africa. Discover Uganda's adventure, from gorilla trekking and whitewater rafting to Kenya's rich wildlife and world-famous beaches. Delegates from Uganda will enjoy an exclusive fam trip to Kenyan coast from the 22nd to the 26th of October. Even tee off at the golf tournament at Vipingo Ridge on the 25th October, followed by the conference on the 27th to the 28th of October at Ocean Beach Resort and Spa in Malindi. Register today on our website www.thetourismconference.org. Join us and be part of the future where Uganda meets Kenya and Africa shines brighter.
Coffee Spirit, Simba Gin. Coffee Spirit, Simba Gin. Check out the cup. SMS the code. Wamure virabo. Tulaga manyi. Karuka sita wabuza.
Masaba maji. Masaba maji.
Bikole Masavu ne Premier Distilleries. Simply buy Coffee Spirit or Simba Gin. Check under the cap, send the code to 6688 and stand a chance to win borders, tuk-tuks, cash, airtime, flat screens, mobile phones and a grand prize of 50 million Uganda shillings. This promotion is valid for a limited time only. Terms and conditions apply. Alcohol is not for sale to persons under 18. Please drink responsibly.
The Afro-Arab Youth Council, in partnership with the government of Uganda, proudly presents the Afro-Arab Youth Congress 2025, happening from 7th to 10th October 2025 at Speak Resort Munyonyo under the theme, Amplifying Youth Voices for Peace, Unity and Prosperity. Join over 1,000 delegates from across Africa and the Arab world in this exhilarating event. The guest of honor is the President of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, alongside other heads of states from our Arab and African member countries. The guest speaker will be the Afro-Arab Youth Council President, His Excellency Abdul Hadi Lahwej.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels, and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukota Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
Welcome back from that short break as we travel over to Luka residents of Kitumbi sub-county in Kasanda district, accounting losses after a heavy downpour accompanied by strong winds destroyed crops, houses and other properties. The residents say all their food crops, including coffee, were ravaged by the storm, leaving them with nothing to eat, while several houses also collapsed.
Most people in Kassanda district depend entirely on farming as their main source of livelihood. In Chitumbi sub-county, apart from small-scale gold mining, agriculture remains the major economic activity sustaining the area. However, the recent storm has devastated several farmlands, leaving farmers in despair. To district leaders to work with relevant government agencies.
Abantu mwena aba government abakulembeze mwena mu bitundu mu bitendera gyonna mwena buli omu mu kiti kyagwamu tusaba asobola okutuyamba okutuweereza obuyambi olw'abatuuze erosesatu ezafunye obuzibu ekyamazima asala amagezi gonna okulabika nti atuyamba abantu bonna bali bubi abasinga tebalina kyakulya omuzire enkuba yakubidde olunaku lw'eggulo ekyamazima yalese abantu bali bubi.
The Member of Parliament for Bukuya County, Dr. Michael Kenya, visited the affected residents, offered sympathy and assured them that help would come soon.
The retired Bishop of Namirembe Diocese, Wilberforce Chitio Walida, has urged all candidates preparing to sit for UNEB examinations to prepare adequately in terms of reading and trust in the Lord for success. The cautioned schools and candidates against engaging in examination malpractice, which can result in disqualification.
Learners in candidate classes are preparing to sit for UNEB examinations with senior fours starting on 13th October 2025. Both schools and candidates are seeking for the favor of the Lord, and Standard High School Zana held a Thanksgiving Mass for senior four candidates as they prepare for the examinations.
Oh, come to the Father, through Jesus the Son. Great things you have done indeed, O Lord. This far you have brought us. This far you have brought these children, our candidates. Ebenezer. Let us give God a big round of applause.
The retired Bishop of Namirembe Diocese, Wilberforce Kitoruwarira, was the chief guest and challenged candidates to read adequately as they trust in the Lord.
Lord God, as they stand before you, we their parents, believing and trusting in you as God omnipotent, omnipresent, and omniscient, we pray that you grant that which the world cannot to these your children, whose names you know.
The candidates promised parents and the school better results.
Look well to this day. Yesterday is but a dream, and tomorrow is only a vision. But today well lived makes every yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope.
UNEB examinations are important in the country's education system because they standardize assessments and determine students' progression to higher levels of education and employment.
Bethel Healing Center Church in Kampala Senior Pastor Irene Manjeri has urged Ugandan youth to pursue success at home rather than seeking employment opportunities abroad. The message was echoed during her Sunday sermon at the church's weekly services.
Pastor Manjeri preached the gospel, reflecting on her travels to countries abroad, where she observed that the world can be enlightening and true blessings and success are possible within Uganda.
People need to go back to loving their own country.
Because even if you want to go to other countries, I'm here to tell you on this national television that is watched all over the country, that all nations have rich people and poor people, whether they are European countries, whether they're American countries, whether they are Asian countries, just like African countries.
Pastor Manjeri encouraged young people to remain humble, persevere through difficulties, and not competing for recognition.
What Ugandans need to know is that there's nothing wrong with traveling abroad, because when you're exposed, you learn to appreciate more who you are. But let me tell you, you can still be blessed in Uganda. If you are in a place where they're trying to destroy your confidence, where they're trying to kill your dream, where they're trying to destroy your vision, it doesn't mean God is not with you. What you need is the favor of the Lord.
She shared her personal journey, recalling how she overcame poverty and early life struggles.
Every lifestyle of greatness must be accompanied by challenges. Challenges are part of life. Even Jesus himself was challenged. I don't see any prophet in the Bible who was never challenged. So when I pray, as Pastor Irene Manje, the Lord told me to be patient, to be strong in the midst of challenges. The challenges I faced have made me a stronger person. I'm also a very forgiving person. That no matter what you do to me, you cannot waste my today, get angry with you.
Pastor Manjeri's message is a reminder to young Ugandans that with determination, humility, and faith, they can achieve success and make a difference right here at home. Mike Bakablindi compiled this story.
Set to transport to the wrong person. Here's how to reverse it with MTN Mobile Money. Dial *165#. Select My Account. Select Initiate Reversal. You will see your last 3 transactions. Select the transaction you want to reverse. Enter your mobile money PIN and you'll get an SMS confirmation that the transaction has been blocked from being withdrawn. And that's it. Please note, only transactions that haven't been withdrawn can be reversed.
When you want to relax your body and refresh your mind, welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotelconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
Time for business. Now, the Secretary General of Technical and Vocational Teachers Union, Agaba Norbert, has urged members to remain resolute in their quest for fair compensation. He says under the Uganda Technical and Vocational Trainers Union, technical and vocational trainers are on industrial action demanding the Ministry of Public Service and that of Education to abide by the presidential commitment to streamline the salaries and emoluments.
Industrial action is lawful. We had a joint press conference with UNATU and the local government union. We are coming together because now we are being battled as a bundle by the Minister of Public Service, and we agreed that we move together and face the minister as a group. These trainers are engineers. They are in government to serve the nation with the spirit of patriotism. They are not in government as a last resort. We come with our expertise, with our businesses, and I don't know where the minister will get over 5,000 TVET trainers to fill our positions, because these are the trainers who have served government. These are trainers who have failed to get salaries for a year and plus. These are trainers that were getting their money based on the science scale that was given by the president himself, the fountain of honor. And you come up with a suggestion that you bring them back to a lower scale without even justifying. These are trainers through the union that approached the Mother Ministry of Education, made a justification about the courses that the Ministry of Public Service is reclassifying as arts. And the Ministry of Education, the Mother Ministry, that knows what these people learn, that knows how these people train the learners in institutions, makes a justification. We've been.
Now, investing abroad widens a portfolio of assets, but Dr. Kihura Nkuba says it is a spirit of Pan-Africanism. Nkuba owns various investments in South Africa, including a pharmaceutical firm and hotels. Now, in this report, we look at coming across investments of a Ugandan businessman, Dr. Kihura Nkuba, in South Africa. Let's hear more in this report.
It's early morning at Villa Africa Boutique Hotel in Pretoria, South Africa. As I sip my coffee, the sight of the Uganda flag gently waving at the hotel's entrance catches my eye. I am drawn in by the symbol of hope, unity, and Pan-African pride. Curious to know more, I decided to explore the deeper connection between the hotel and this flag, an exploration that leads me to an exciting business venture with roots in Africa's own potential. At the backset of my mind, I'm interested in finding out the owner of Villa Africa Boutique Hotel. Little could I know, after inquiries, that the facility is owned by Ugandan businessman Dr. Kihura Nkuba, a passionate Pan-Africanist with a dream of fostering greater unity among African nations. As I delve deeper into the story, I learned that Dr. Nkuba is not only dedicated to hospitality, but has also ventured into the pharmaceutical industry alongside his South African business partner, Jaco Badenhorst. Jaco Badenhorst, who has known Dr. Nkuba for over a decade, warmly agrees to sit down for an interview.
This is a large hotel in Pretoria. Pretoria is the capital of South Africa. It's next to Johannesburg in the Gauteng province.
He recalls their initial meeting when Dr. Nkuba shared his dream of African collaboration. With this shared vision, the duo expanded their investment horizons, ultimately acquiring the 40-year-old Spec Farm pharmaceutical company. Today, the company is known as Medu Pharma.
This is a 10,000 square building in Randburg, next to Johannesburg. And it's got 11 production lines. It can produce a significant amount of medication. We managed to get most of the staff to join us in Medu Pharma. And Dr. Kihura also purchased some dossiers. A dossier is the recipe.
Despite having no pharmaceutical background, Jaco and Dr. Nkuba were undeterred in their pursuit of a venture that would positively impact Africa's self-reliance. Their goal is to reduce Africa's dependence on Western countries and harness the continent's natural resources to solve its health challenges.
That's where the journey started. That was only 4 months ago when the process started. And that's where our relationship started. So he started to expand his business first into South Africa with some hospitality, with agriculture, with mining. And then he expanded into Zimbabwe and Zambia. Now, he's very, very quick with his expansion, but it's been now 2.5 years later, and it shows a significant growth.
The Medu Pharma plant is already making strides in the industry, producing various essential medications. Jaco says their team has secured over 300 drug dossiers, including vital medicines like tenofovir, lamivudine, tyrofibin, and cefuroxime, which will allow Medu Pharma to legally produce and own the rights to these drugs in Africa.
Some of them is anti-malaria, anti-cancer, ARVs. We've realized that this continent needs 35 million ARV tablets per day. Most of those tablets are imported. So it became very important to also own the intellectual property to produce these medication. And that's where our path went into purchasing some of these dossiers.
Inside the plant, it's a beehive of activities. Medu Pharma's team is working tirelessly to bring these critical medications to market.
We've got the good system in the dispensary where to avoid to weigh the wrong thing. And then from there it will go to manufacturing, either the wet section or dry section. Wet section, it liquids and creams and gels. And then we make those, after we've made those creams and gels, then we put them into mobile tanks. Then from there, they go to packing. But after they've been tested to see that everything is in order.
Here's an example of the finished blister. And there we have the batch code. And on this side we have the expiry date.
Yet, despite these impressive strides, Jaco admits that further support is needed, both from African governments and investors.
So even if you are able to produce the medication, you still depend on mostly India and China to produce the API. So I've seen Dr. Kiura doing a lot of research on setting up such a plant in Uganda. I hope that I can inspire the people from Uganda to also be excited about this, because what's happening here is no longer South Africa. What's happening here is now Uganda. And we hope that eventually we can transfer some of these production houses and plants to Uganda so it can be manufactured locally.
The venture, though successful, faces challenges, particularly when it comes to competition and navigating global regulations. Despite multiple attempts to contact Dr. Nkuba for further insight into these strategic aspects of their business, reaching him proved difficult. However, his absence doesn't dim the spirit of the enterprise. I also reached out to Uganda's ambassador to South Africa, His Excellency Ambassador Paul Amoru, hoping for insights on Uganda's role in this growing African business success. Unfortunately, he was unavailable for comment. Despite these hurdles, the optimism surrounding Medu Pharma is palpable. The team is pushing forward with bold ambition, determined to offer solutions that transcend borders and making a lasting impact on Africa's health landscape. Sub-Saharan Africa has roughly 375 drug manufacturers to serve about 1.3 billion people. China and India, by contrast, have about 5,000 and 10,500 pharmaceutical manufacturers respectively. As Medu Pharma continues to expand, it remains clear that this venture is not just a business success story. It's a testament to the power of African visionaries, coming together to shape their own destiny, proving that Africa's potential is not only real, but ready to take the world by storm.
Well, and after the detailed report into the world of sport, the Uganda Cranes delegation of 7 locally based players and 1 professional have departed from Frankenstein in Botswana for their penultimate Group G 2026 World Cup qualifier. The game is due this Thursday, which ironically is Independence Day in Uganda, and will ignite so much joy in case the Cranes win, because they will have solidified World Cup qualification chances. As it stands in the group, Uganda's is second with 15 points, which is 4 behind leaders Algeria. Algeria plays Somalia on the same day and will earn a slot in the USA, Mexico, and Canada upon victory. Now, on the same day, Mozambique plays Guinea in their concurrent kicks off in the group. Uganda can still earn a chance to be at the World in 2026 if it finishes as one of the 4 best second-placed teams that will play at the Continental Playoff before playing an intercontinental engagement to determine extra teams at the World Cup. Now, the 9 teams that top the respective group qualify direct to the World Cup, while the best 4 second-place teams from all groups go to a continental playoff, followed by an intercontinental playoff. The squad that departed in the wee hours of Sunday morning included Alan Okello, Rogers Torach, Hilary Mokundane, Enoch Sebagala, Gavin Kizito, Herbert Achai, Regan Mpande, and Jude Semogabi. These will be joined by other professionals who fly directly from their respective clubs. And that's all we had time for once again. Thank you so much for sticking it with us. My name is Patricia Lukoma. Mpango Mgalu Mohammed has been with us on Sign Language. Let's meet again at 10 o'clock.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
The management of Uganda Broadcasting Corporation regrets to announce with deep sorrow the untimely passing of Teddy Apili, a cherished staff member and presenter on UBC Radio. She passed away on the night of Tuesday, 30th September 2025. Teddy's remarkable contributions to broadcasting and her unwavering dedication will forever be remembered. Our thoughts and deepest condolences go out to her family, colleagues, friends and loved ones during this difficult time. Vigil will be held at their home in Bajo, Seta, on Monday 6th October 2025, starting at 12 noon. Another vigil will be held at the ancestral home in Mit Acho, Ajaga Village, Minakuru Sub-County, Oyam District, about 30 kilometers from Kona Kamdini on Tuesday 7th October 2025. Burial will take place at the ancestral home in Mitacho, Ajaga Village, Minakuru Sub-County, Oyam District, on Wednesday 8th October 2025, starting with the funeral service at 10 a.m. Informed our staff of Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, members of the Ogwal Adem family, members of the Seventh-day Adventist Church, Northern Uganda Field, friends, relatives and in-laws. May the Lord comfort the family during this painful moment. May Teddy's soul rest in eternal peace.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Genshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules, plant extract, scientific ratio, take 3 capsules each time.